At the beginning of this year, I said we were popcorn ready for what Nollywood might unveil in 2026. I did not imagine the drama would arrive so quickly or that it will center on a simple question: must a filmmaker dance to sell a film? Kunle Afolayan's declaration following the release of Anikulapo, The Ghoul Awakens, that he cannot dance to promote a movie has continued to reverberate, generating continuous debate. Well, he's the heavyweight who can lead such a debate. First, we must leave ego and emotion at the door and ask harder questions about the true cost of storytelling, the most effective marketing channels for Nigerian cinema, and how success is actually measured and shared. Funke Akindele's extraordinary box office dominance is certainly not in dispute. This debate doesn't even threaten our legacy. Yet, Kunle Afolayan's observation about dance as a promotional strategy remains valid. The truth is that, with Funke's influence, dance was slowly becoming culture, one that could intimidate filmmakers who are not sanguine. Dance is demanding work, and what appears like a few joyful steps is actually choreography, rehearsal, and labor layered onto the already exhausting process of filmmaking. Still, this phenomenon is not entirely new. The Alárìnjó traveling theatre of Yoruba tradition blended dance, drama, and announcement in the village square. It was art and advertisement intertwined. Now, Funke picked that tradition, refined it, and rode on it to remarkable commercial success. But it cannot become the culture. Filmmakers such as Kemi Adetiba with King of Boys and To Kill a Monkey, Bolale Austen-Peters with The Bling Lagosians, The Man of God, House of Gar, remind us that memory, scale, and audience impact can emerge without choreographed promotion. The outcome of the debate is that everyone, particularly the undiscerning populace, now understand that no one needs to dance to make them watch a movie. We're quick to condemn dissent in culture, yet we complain that politicians are intolerant and refuse to listen. You know, Nollywood will grow stronger when many paths to the audience remain open and every storyteller is free to choose their own rhythm without apology.
I would like to start. I don't see myself as someone who is very familiar with Nollywood or the entire movie industry as a whole. But I saw a bit of Kunle's interview where he shared the fact that, you know, we all don't need to dance. I'm going to take this out of the Nollywood space and take it also even to the regular selling space. There's been a lot of concerns with people around the fact that it's not enough to just do good work. It's not enough to do quality work. You also need to perform to sell your good work. And that is what a lot of issues, a lot of people have issues with. I've put out a good production, then I have to dance again to beg you to watch the movie. No, now, that's a lot of extra work. You know, and beyond that, the way we get to experience movies in the past is through posters, billboards, community engagement, through premieres. You know, dance as a way of selling cannot become cultural to us. This is even beyond the movie industry. We need to be intentional about how we approach going to the market and staying in the market. Another way to go is using influencers. I mean, that's like a more, but also understand using dance because it's a affordable way. We are not particularly incurring a lot of costs in all of that. So I think maybe even for Funke, it's more an avenue to get to more audience without spending a lot. Because Nigerians love entertainment, and then they are more likely to to share the dancing videos and all of that, more from the angle of entertainment and not from the angle of the actual value she's trying to, you know, transfer to them.
I think, for me, it smells of a lot of beef. Yeah.
So I tried not to go into the beef part.
But is it
there's
beef?
A lot of
is
beef.
dissension beef? Is wanting to be different beef?
It's, what's your business? Who are you to you can choose to do whatever you want to do, but allow the other person. This is how she wants to promote her work.
Did you see his video? Did you listen to his video?
He was attacking.
It was not an attack. It was more an angle of her, because a lot of other artists also came out, to share your thoughts around it. It wasn't. I didn't consider the interview, the clip I saw, an attack.
So you think that was not a snide remark?
No.
I don't think it's a snide. I personally, I think it's an interjection at the right time, because it was becoming a culture. Even those who were writing books were now being expected to start dancing to sell the book.
If you are selling wig on Instagram, you have to dance.
Who expects them? When you say they are now being expected to dance, you know, there's something about she runs a school, and she knows the difference between the best teachers are not always the best. Don't always run the best schools. It's a business. So it is one thing to make a good product. It's another thing to sell that good product. And if dancing is what it takes to sell that product, so be it.
Well, it's not a global culture. You wouldn't find. I think it's if you look at it universally, I think it's a demotion.
I think it's low level. It's low level.
Says the university. You will never find the Nollywood people. I mean, Hollywood actors dancing around.
Hollywood has their own culture.
That is Hollywood.
So I always like to leave people to their own culture.
Exactly.
Let's do our own culture.
That's it.
As someone who has historically danced online and has been criticized, as someone that has been an educator and like, how can an educator do this one? How can you have a school and you are like this? And someone has been judged. I beg to differ. One thing that I love Kunle Afolayan, but where I didn't quite sink was when he said his movies are for intellectuals.
That's recently. No, that's recently. No. That's totally removed from this particular debate.
You know what I mean? But it's when is that dark spot? Is that one little thing that you do that spoils the other things? That's really anyway. There are levels to these things. I actually would not expect to see Kunle Afolayan dancing online.
Or a Richard Alárìnjó dancing.
No. After all, funny enough, Richard.
Or an Ego Boyo dancing.
It also depends on your audience.
And your personality as well. I think you should let people do what works for them. Funke's audience works for her. The numbers are coming in, it's working for her.
Yeah.
Kunle Afolayan's audience, if I see him dancing, I will feel somewhat disappointed. So I think age has to do with it, maturity has to do with it, your audience, understanding your tribe, your unique selling proposition.
I won't be disappointed.
That's Kingsley. This is Rinke. If I see him dancing, I will be wondering, it's time to dance.
It's time to dance.
No, I'll be wondering if
so that is the point about it not becoming a culture. It being that you will do what conforms with your personality without being pressured into dancing to be, sort of comfort some people or to, fit into a mold that is...
Iyalode, your audience matter.
Yes. Yeah. Your audience matter, yeah.
Who are the members of your audience? Don't forget the 80-20 rule. You want to sell to 80 of this class, or you want to sell to the 20% of this class?
Right.
Funke Akindele and Kunle Afolayan, they are not addressing the same class.
Yeah.
They are not. And I can tell you Kingsley for free. Take it to the bank.
Don't worry, I can pay for it.
Kunle will never be Funke. I am telling you authoritatively, publicly. Okay. Kunle will never. Are you aware how many times...
Kunle will never be...
Beef.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you know how many times Kunle had promoted Funke?
Well, that's fine then.
Do you understand? In fact, recently, just last month, he still mentioned Funke. He still advised some students in the Festival of Arts and Culture somewhere in the north that they should see Funke as their role model. That same event, he brought out Ibrahim Chatta. Remember, you see, the problem are these bloggers.
Yeah.
You see these bloggers?
Thank you.
Until they make 2, 3, 4 of them samples by jailing them, they will not stop causing troubles between people.
That's right.
No. Look at what they wanted to start between Funke Akindele and Fetia Balogun in the recent times. Those ones are matured enough and they knew how to handle it. These people, they just pick one thing that doesn't make any sense. That
spin it.
even
Well,
people,
that's their
Benga and
job.
Zuma, that they do. No, sir. I disagree.
It's left for you to.
No,
to
I disagree.
handle it the
They
way
are
it should be.
messing up journalism. They are messing up
But they're not
blogging.
journalists.
Okay, they are not journalists
they're
anyway.
yeah.
They are messing up blogging. If you are Beboro, what do they call them now?
Gossip blogs.
Gossip blogs. Yeah.
There's always been soft
Yes,
sell
but you
magazine for a
see,
long time,
do something that is credible. They are just messing up themselves. I mean, so
that's
they
how
should manage their space individually. And talking about it, he said his movie is not for intellectuals.
That's a recent one. Has nothing
That's a
to do with
recent
this
one.
particular debate.
Yeah. So who, like politicians and
It's
politics?
for intellectuals or
Yes.
it's not for?
Four.
Like politics and politicians, who are the people that vote? So if you are speaking English like my brother, P.O., you may not win. That's the bitter truth. Who are the people that vote? The people you are campaigning to, they watch EPL on election day.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but if we all became dancers, then what would become of the storytellers or the singers or the doctors or the inventors?